This episode is brought to you by Manscaped.com. They just launched their brand new Ultimate Premium Collection, and they just hooked me up. You get the body wash, shampoo, conditioner. You get the deodorant. You even get the lip balm, and you get the body spray. So all you got to do is go to manscaped.com and use the promo code CAN'TWAIT20. That's CAN'TWAIT20, and you're going to get all of this. All of this. It's a big package, plus the lip balm. All you got to do is use the promo code CAN'TWAIT20 and go get yours while supplies last. Yo, back at you with another episode. What's going down? Back at it, man. We're going to talk the talk. And hopefully, this is the last time I'll discuss this. What's up, Michael? Hope this is the last time I'll discuss this, because that way, people can understand how things work in North America. I'm trying to understand how this system works, and you won't be surprised, and you won't be caught off guard anymore. Everything will be like, kind of knew that was coming. Because I don't get caught off guard. I haven't gotten caught off guard in like 20 years. Well, we shouldn't have to discuss it, but some people just don't understand how things work. A lot of people don't understand how things work, man. And everybody's not in the same mindset. Some people are just too young. They don't have enough life experience. And a lot of that's dependent upon how they were raised, how they grew up, and et cetera, et cetera. Everybody's just not in the same place. Yeah, frame of mind, all that. The upbringing, the parents, et cetera, et cetera. Some people have the wrong information growing up, and now once they get to a certain point in life, usually it hits them in the 20s that most of the shit they learn, most of that shit didn't work. I know that's what happened to me. When I turned about 21, I'm like, man, this shit don't work. This don't work. It don't really work that way. The way everybody is saying, and the way people are telling me, it don't really work that way. But they think they know what they're talking about. But you have to understand, people only know based upon how they've been taught. So they're not wrong, just not correct. That's all. They're not wrong. People know what they know based on what they've been taught. I don't say, hey, you're a liar. Either they're correct or incorrect. That's it. Because if you call somebody, if you say, hey, you're wrong, you don't know what you're talking about, you're calling their parents a liar. And I mean, I'm not saying you calling their parents a liar directly, but indirectly, at least in that person's frame of mind. That's what I'm saying. You're calling their parents a liar, you're saying that you know more than their parents. That's what essentially you're saying to them. Now they might not be able to, they might not break it down like how I'm breaking it down to you, but that's what the pushback comes from. If you tell somebody something, they ain't trying to hear it because they're thinking back, hey, this is what grandpa and my parents taught me. And you know what I'm saying? You probably never thought about it like that. But everybody that's all the information that was passed down to them, they're thinking like, wait a minute, this guy is 22. Why should I listen to a 22-year-old? Grandpa is 75. His dad is 50. You can't compete with them numbers? Nah. You can't compete with them numbers. You know, that's what your buddy's struggling with. And you know, yeah, smash the like button, share the video. Before I get into these damn degenerates online. They're degenerates online, man. That's what a lot of these entertainers are. Degenerates, weirdos, and freaks. I'm gonna tell you how a lot of these people get down. And I'm gonna tell you why they do what they do. And I keep saying that a lot of these entertainers, pastors, celebrities, all of them, they're the worst. They're the worst, bro. They're worse than prostitutes. They're worse than the hoes on the corner. They're the worst, bro. These people will say and do almost anything today. The Princes and the Michael Jackson is gone, bro. They're gone, bro. Them the Sam Cooks, Michael Jackson, Prince. I'm forgetting a lot of people from back in the day because they grew up in my dad and my parents' time. Those people are gone. Them type of entertainers, they're gone, bro. They've been gone. And they usually don't last long. They usually die early. They usually mysteriously die early. Most of them, the great ones at least. I mean, think about Muhammad Ali. They didn't like Muhammad Ali until he stopped talking. They found a way to shut him up. That's when they started talking about Muhammad Ali. But as long as Muhammad Ali was able to talk, they hated him, bro. They didn't like no Martin Luther King, bro. Not when he was living. No. Man. No, man. I'm gonna say, I don't know how many black people at the time, but they were a sector of black people at the time said Martin Luther King was a troublemaker. Yeah. And you know, white people didn't like him. Of course not. That's a given. But check this out. Every year in Atlanta, you know, there's a Martin Luther King got a family, they sold the shit. But the property is still there. The museum and the, you know, whatever else is left of the Martin Luther King I don't know, legacy, whatever you want to call it. The museum is there. And whatever else is there. Every year, you got millions of Japanese people fly to Atlanta, and they go there just to see the legacy of Martin Luther King, because they know if it wasn't for Martin Luther King, they wouldn't be able to come over here like that. So most Japanese people, especially the older ones, they got enough sense to know what the real deal is. You have other people too, but not like the Japanese people. No, I'm talking like we're going to Atlanta, we're going to that property. Like that. And I've heard Japanese people say this, and I've seen it with my own eyes. That's like, as soon as they get off the plane, they drop off their bags at the hotel. The next day, we're going to that property. You better believe it. Shit. That's real. I'm gonna drop the link in here. That's so some people have gratitude and some people don't. That's just what it is. Some people show love, some people have gratitude, and some of them don't. A lot of people don't know that. But yeah, that's real, man. And it's been that way for, I don't know, man, at least 20 something years. At least 20 something years, man. It's been that way for a while now. But you got to realize, man, a lot of these entertainers have done some awful shit to get in the position that they're in. Yo.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
What's going down, man? What's on your mind?
Hold on 1 second. Okay, Google, turn on showcases.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
figured I'd
okay.
let you see that. Yeah.
Yeah. I started to buy that, but I was like,
Yeah.
I started to.
Oh, it's the whole room is like this.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I said, nah, that's a little too much.
They making money off of it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh, yeah.
like they'll get them at 20 or less, and they can sell it for like 120. They're just
God
stocking
damn.
them.
Yeah,
They're
they killing
stocking
it.
them.
Okay. That's good.
So, what my baby mama said. Ah,
Which
nah,
one?
nah, nah. That's a good one. That's a good one. And you're right. You're right. Um, yeah, honestly, I think that, how do I put this? My ex, one of my exes, I was talking to her and she had that view too. And she said that she didn't like him, but I'm like, well, why? And she said that he says that she's not, worth it or anything, or not a good woman. And I said, what do you mean? He said it in his videos. I said, how do you know? He said it in the videos. I said, are you watching the whole video or are you watching clips? And she said, I'm watching clips. I said, watch the whole thing. And then she tells me that, well, they're only talking about women. I said, years ago, he was talking about men. He started off talking about men. Just watch the whole thing and you'll find out. Because, he was digging in men's tail before.
Yeah.
Also, I think you've hit something on the head when you were talking about, I mean, visually, I love Vivica Fox. I mean, hands down, she's a very beautiful woman.
Not no
But
more.
w- even as an older woman, and in their older woman classification, yeah, she does. She's beating the rest of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Not as she may not look like a young woman, but she's beating her weight class. um, but I mean, how many people have she dated?
I have no
And
idea.
it's got to be a lot. It's
Yeah.
got to be a lot. There's no reason that she should be single. None. Absolutely none. And not to harp on her or hurt her feelings, because I want people to get in on this. But I would like to ask the men that used to go out with her. Well, I want them to list at least one good thing about her, besides, X or anything like that. Her demeanor, her manner, the way she works. I want them to list one good thing, one bad thing. Go from 50 and whoever else dated her. I don't even
Well,
care if they had a casual moment.
but 50 was like, he didn't say anything bad about her, but he said she's not the type that you should settle down with.
I want them to list something good and connect it with Kevin Samuels, and I want them to list something bad and connect it with Kevin Samuels, and something of themselves, that they had to learn. Because just basing things off of clips because you don't like something someone said or how they said it. I was young and I had that feeling, but I'm grown. These women, they got to grow up.
Yeah, I said a lot of these people couldn't have grown up in my household. Shit.
No.
Because my parents didn't have no filter.
Nah.
Delivery.
I mean,
like what? Delivery? If I would have said something like that to my parents, I didn't like how your delivery.
Smack.
You can deliver your ass out of here. No. They would say, hey, no, they would say you can deliver your ass up out of here. We pay the bill there.
Not mine. What you say?
These people are soft, man.
They
That's
are.
what I think.
And here's the thing. The type of man that she would want is the type of man that he was talking about, and not necessarily high value man as in money or whatnot. The value of man, with the personality and everything. I can tell.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just feel sad for her in that sense, but also
No,
I
I
think
don't
she
feel
can learn
sad.
from it.
I don't feel
I
sad.
think she could do better with herself. That's
It's
all
too
I'm
late.
saying.
Too late.
You know, I mean, if you ask Kevin Samuels about his mother, she learned late, and she got herself together with a good man. And that's what he said. I mean, he said that
But
in the last 6 months.
she ain't in Hollywood.
Well, right, that too.
Yeah.
Maybe she needs to get out of Hollywood.
No,
You
she
know, every
go to what?
every everybody's on stream. We streaming right now. Stream to
What's
be
she
in the
gonna
show.
do? Get out of Hollywood and get a regular job?
No, I mean she can do her Hollywood stuff from video just like this, stream it
Do
to a
what?
TV show, to do a TV show,
What does
whatever
this
she.
woman do for a living, bro?
And she's on a TV show. She's talking about
Fox
she's
Soul,
huh?
bro.
Fox. So hey, well,
Come on, brother.
come on. She doesn't need to be any. She could be in her
Bro,
home, put a background up on it. That's
she
it.
ain't going. She's not leaving LA.
She
Look,
can leave LA.
she can, but she ain't. Let me tell you
Look,
something I learned. Let me tell you something I learned about being around a lot of these celebrities.
yeah,
And
go ahead.
in the circles, I know a lot of people that knew a lot of these people in Atlanta.
Right.
First off, a lot of these people are struggling.
Right. No,
And
I know.
And they've done some awful things to get in the position that they're in.
Cutting.
And when they see somebody like Kevin Samuels, they don't like that because he
jealous.
Because he didn't have to kiss nobody's ass. Or he didn't have to bend it over and take one for the team. He didn't have to bust it open. And they had to do that. They had to sell people out, stab people in the back. And a lot of these people, they're basically willing to do almost anything to get a hope of opportunity. And it's not even guaranteed. But they're just say, okay, maybe if I do this, I'll get some brownie points. Maybe if I say something awful about somebody that I don't even know from a can of paint, I ain't ever watched no videos, that just maybe when these producers get on the phone and call around, they ask them,
Mhm.
"Hey, are you willing to say this and say that?" Oh yeah, I'll say it. Yes,
Right.
master.
Mm-mm.
He didn't have to do that.
That's
And
true.
see, he was going to expose a lot of these fools out here.
Right.
Who's
With
the
the cast and catch going
pastors?
both ways.
Yeah. And they don't like that. You
Hmm.
know, that's where a lot of that comes from. It ain't a lot of times it ain't really nothing personal. They
Right.
just this is just business as usual. You
Right.
know,
Mm.
that's what it is majority of the time. And a lot of them, if you catch them at the bar, they'll tell
Mhm.
you, "Hey man, I don't believe a lot of that shit I be saying.
Right.
I'm just doing a job. I'm just trying to create opportunities for myself or whatever." But I
You
said,
mean
look,
like
but I'm
Puffy
like, look,
with that dental stuff?
who?
Puffy with that dental stuff, I think. The
What kind of
pro
stuff?
something or he said he kept doing the advertisement, but then he said I don't use that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. A lot of them, they not, they not. Some of these guys, most of the shit they don't even own.
Right.
They'll promote stuff that alcohol they don't drink. You know,
Hmm. They
so
don't
you
even drink
just
their own drink.
no. So you got people that's doing stuff, because it was just opportunity. I just need some money, man. My money was low. I'm like, you don't
Hmm.
look, check this out. Let me tell you what's sad. For a
Hmm.
lot of these guys, especially the guys, the women, look, hey, they do
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? Especially the guys. You got a lot of these rap moguls that's
Hmm.
in the 50s.
Right.
They on tour with the same fools they started off with. And if you ask them, hey, hey, why are you on tour, man? All these motherfuckers, y'all on the tour bus again? Oh, I'm doing it for the culture. Bullshit.
Doing it for
Look,
the
I don't
money.
give a damn. Look, let me tell you something. If I'm 54, about to be 60, I don't give a damn about no culture. No. And then you got these same fools that's shooting videos with a rifle on his shoulder. We don't believe you.
Right.
Now, that street shit, nah, we don't believe you. That played out
You don't
30
even know
years
how
ago.
to hold the weapon.
Exactly.
I don't even know. They don't even know how to hold a handgun.
No,
You.
we don't
I was
believe
like,
you.
yeah, you
We
go on
don't
ahead and shoot it that way. You
we don't believe
you go on ahead and shoot it that way.
the gimmick is over. We don't believe, we know you're not in the streets no more. We
Right.
know
Right.
anybody with just a little common sense will be like, look, Charlie Wilson is not doing concerts for free. No, he ain't not
No,
doing that for
not
no,
at all.
he ain't doing that for no culture. You got to pay him.
No.
No, you know, but when it comes to the
But he's
rappers,
good at what he
we think
does.
exactly. But when it comes to the rappers, we think some 55-year-old man still got money from 25, 30 years ago. That money gone.
Right,
That
right.
money been gone. Because these same dudes that say I'm a hood nigga, man. But when they go to LA, they let the white folks rob them all the money. Get out of here. And those are the people that Kevin Samuels was going to expose. And that's what it is.
I think the other thing that he was trying to do, it was build communities together and then strengthen it by breaking it down. And then the other
Yep.
thing is building business together. Because it's one of the things I've said before that one of the worst things that's happened to us as a community is that we lost our etiquette, what we
Yeah.
had before the 70s. It broke up in the 70s completely. My family held on to it. And
Mine too.
when other people come to visit our family, whether it's other Black people or people outside of our race or religion, they're like, wow, this is great. They want to come back. They come back and we remember exactly what the last thing we were talking to them about. You know, we actually want you here. We love you here, you know. Whereas some people, I don't know why, but they want you to, I don't know, come with your tail down or whatnot, not as an equal or whatnot. I'm like, no, no, come as you are. Just like you're doing. I'm talking to you like a
Yeah.
human being. Uh,
Well,
I don't know.
I would say, if you live in a small town, they still
Hmm.
they're holding on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you live in a big city,
But
forget about it.
I'm
Forget about
I'm
it.
from Baltimore, which is the biggest little town.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a city, but it's the biggest little town. You
Okay.
you if it's done on one side, the other side will know. And how I know? Because my family is big enough that you'll hear it all the way to New Jersey and New York and down to North Carolina.
But
So
Baltimore,
within
Baltimore,
24 hours.
Baltimore has changed a lot over the past 5 years, right? And they built up downtown.
Huh?
It's not, and
Yeah.
downtown has changed a
They
lot.
toured. Yeah. Yeah. They, they, how to put it, it's just gentrification right there.
Yeah.
And then, like right about where they had the riots at that time, most of those houses were gone. Most of that stuff was gone. Most of
Yeah.
that, they've moved most of those people to Harford County. And
Okay.
and I knew beforehand that they would try to do something. But remember that Mike Brown or whatever thing that was going on down south? I think it was Mississippi or something like that, where
Yeah.
the young man got killed running away from the police officer. All right, when you listen to how they were doing their things in the back areas and the police were running things and doing whatever they want, that's what I think they're trying to set up out there. And also they're trying to disenfranchise people that when they were in the city, they didn't enfranchise them. Now they live further away and they're going to say that, oh, well, you're too far away. And then any buses that come out there to pick them up only comes out, what, 2 or 3 times a day at certain hours where it's too dark or too late. And I think that's inappropriate. But, I'm not in power, but that's what I see going on. They're trying to do their own thing in quiet back in the woods where nobody's going to hear anything. And I'm just saying, if you know anybody and you see this video, I told you.
Well, I think we lost the brother. Oops. Oh, I think you kind of you went in and out there.
See,
Are you all right?
see,
You
there
all
you
right?
go. They're trying to cut me. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
They're right next to Aberdeen Proving Grounds. They're cutting me right now.
Yeah, the reason why I know about downtown Baltimore because there's a guy that I met. He got a ad agency downtown,
Right.
right
Hmm.
by the what do they call it the water. What do they call it? The
Yeah,
boardwalk. What do they call it?
the Bay. Um,
Yeah,
uh, I forget the name of it. I don't know
the
why.
waterfront.
I've
It's
lived
the
here
waterfront.
forever.
Yeah, it's waterfront. He got an ad
Yeah.
agency
Yeah.
in that area, right? It's brand new. He was saying, "Oh, everything is pretty much they pretty much rebuilt everything around here." And then he got a building. He owned the whole building. It's like huge, right? And he basically got it for dirt cheap. Oops.
Right.
Yeah, he basically got it for dirt cheap. He bought the whole
Yeah.
building for dirt cheap at the time,
Right.
and that's how I know about it.
I bet he can sell it for a lot of money now.
Well, no, he ain't trying to sell it now. He's making millions.
No, no, no. I'm trying to be where he's at.
He making millions, man. He ain't trying to because he getting that corporate money.
So is it apartment or business
Oh, it's a business.
type of ah
Business.
yeah.
Yeah. It's an ad agency.
Right. Right.
You got that corporate money coming in. Yeah.
Hey,
And this is and check this out.
I
This
want to
is a
learn how to
guy.
do that.
Yeah, I worked with a guy for 7 years, learning how to do that.
Mm,
Yeah, and
mm,
this is a guy that was trash. He came from
mm,
somewhere in the Midwest, somewhere. Um,
mm,
he met some guy that taught him everything he knew, and
mm,
I think he worked with the guy for like, I don't know, for like 6 months, and for basically a minimum wage. And the guy stayed on somebody's couch he knew, and
mm.
then the guy then he
He
got
worked as
another
well.
job. Then he got a real job, making some good money, and then for like a year and a half, and then he decided to got a couple contracts and got enough money to basically get a loan to buy a building and started his own shit.
Mm,
Yeah.
right.
Yep. Yeah.
The chance to own my own building.
I don't
I
even
don't
think he
even see
paid.
that.
I don't even think he paid. I don't even think he paid 10,000 for that building, bro. I don't think so.
Seriously.
Seriously. No,
Wow.
I don't think so. No.
That's insane.
I think he got the loan from some uh kind of like them loan sharks. He got the loan from a loan shark, bro.
Right.
He didn't go through a bank. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, you took a chance, got
uh,
it. I told you that's mob money, bro. You gotta pay that back. They come looking for you.
you gotta pay that back.
Yeah, you gotta
One way
pay
or
that
other, you
back.
gonna pay it back.
You one way or another.
You're gonna be able to,
You were going through the
they'll be
court.
studying you up at the
You gonna go
mm,
through the court system, or they coming to you directly? they're
hmm
not.
you're gonna be
They're
part
not
of a
right.
human experiment.
Yeah. Well, he paid it back, so he good, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Because you know Baltimore's good for that. They will steal your
oh,
stuff. They'll even
oh,
take
for
your
real?
cells. Oh,
I
you
didn't know
didn't
that.
know? Them
No,
healing
I didn't know
cells? They're,
that.
they're named after Henrietta Lacks.
Oh,
They
I
took
didn't know
her
that.
cells.
Well, I didn't know that.
Everything that's ever been tested as far as
Yeah,
cellular things, if there was some kind of sickness or anything like that, they were tested with her cells to see if it was a problem.
yeah,
They
I didn't
took
know she
that
was from
from her
Baltimore
cancer. Yeah, yeah. Turner
though. Okay,
Station.
okay,
Yep.
yeah,
Well,
man.
I think she's
So
from Virginia, but she was living here. Sorry.
and she got exploited too. You know what I'm saying? They do
Yeah.
they do
They
this
should have paid her family.
they do this all. They still ain't got no money yet. No.
They're supposed to be giving them money because they
Yeah.
can't get away with that. It was all over. Every
Yeah.
hospital's used it. Every single
Yeah.
one. They're still using it.
Yeah.
They have no choice.
Yeah. They do this.
Uh,
This type of shit happens to great people. You know, it's like,
mhm,
I mean, it's like it's business as usual. It's like I said. It's not.
mm,
This is not new. I can go back. As a matter of fact, when I was working for that ad agency, the guy I was working for, he showed me newsletters, ads, and magazines 300 years ago where they're making fun of black people.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
no, I believe it. I
yeah.
believe it.
This has
Which,
been an ongoing thing.
which
This is
is
not. It's not new.
yeah, but here's the thing: people don't know the history of that anyway.
No.
Like with Ghana and all that stuff, and what was it? What is it? Mali, which is would to be Timbuktu and all
Timbuktu.
this other stuff.
Yeah.
They were repelling. They were repelling people from coming in the country. They kept them
Yeah.
out for
Yeah.
years. They used to win sea battles and shore battles. No, people don't know about that. And
No.
they knew every language.
Yeah.
If you go to Hampton Mansion in Baltimore, with this one lady, this one black lady. She'll tell you about it. They didn't take these people in because, I mean, if you working down in like Jamaica or something like that, they took the toughest, best warriors. But up here in America, half of the stuff they take for businesses, they took somebody who could read, write, do math, and can speak different languages. That's what
Yeah.
they really got people for
Yeah.
because they couldn't do that. Most of the people you got couldn't do that. So unless you, and you know, half the people they stole white people too off the docks, or you know, they caught somebody sleeping, they'll snatch you. And
Yeah. Yeah. That's how. A lot of people don't really know the history. A lot of people don't care. A lot of people are. I think, and a lot of people just want a
bring you
comfort.
over.
They just want a comfy,
Right,
a more comfortable position. You
right,
know, because, and I got a brother that's like this. And, you know,
right,
he's 60 years old, right? So
right,
he grew up in a time where he's seen some shit as a kid. But at the same time, he wants to act like
right.
he wants to act dumb. Like like I
Like
don't
it
know
never
what happened.
happened.
I don't know what happened in the family. I'm like, what? Where you from? Oh, you older than me? What do you mean you don't know what happened in the family? Where you was at?
Dude,
Craziness.
I'm,
You know?
dude, I'm still get upset over the video. I'm getting over the you part where where somebody from your family just disappeared. And I still tell people about that. We used to outnumber people in this country, what, 9 to 1? You
Yeah.
know, now all of a sudden we're like out of 300 million, how many are we? That's crazy. That's insane.
Same.
Where did we go? Where did all our people go? Hmm.
Disappeared.
I'm like, I don't get it. Yeah, they
They
straight
disappeared.
disappeared. How how did how did 80% of our people disappear? Okay, went to Europe, fine. That doesn't, no, no. That ain't even 10%. All right, went to Asia. You know what? No. That I get it, but that's not even 10%. That might not even be
Most of the people,
2%.
a lot of
All right,
people. Now we already know a lot of people were here, and then you have some people that came in and they mixed in, right? And then you had a lot of
hmm
veterans.
hmm
Um, they left too after because they got tired of the bullshit.
Yeah, yeah,
They went to
yeah. I
Mexico,
would have.
went to DR, went to the
hmm
Philippines,
hmm
Vietnam,
hmm
Brazil,
hmm
where we are, you know.
Yep.
But
They'd have
that's
did, but that's still not. That's still not the ninety
then you
percent.
have a lot of people, and you have a lot of people that get killed or just get
Mm.
missing, and you don't know what the hell happened to them.
Oh yeah,
You know?
you know, or miscegenation, but let's not get into that. Uh,
Yeah.
there's
So
there's this guy that was on Anderson Cooper's show talking about he was because he was talking about race, and he was talking to this guy out in like Kentucky or something, and he said that an N word is nothing good for but shaking his cup on the corner, right, to get some cash or get some money. And I looked at him, and then I turned to my mother and I said, don't we have a relative that looks just like him? I mean, spit and image. I'm like, dude, you're black. Why would you say that on TV?
like I said, bro, people will say and do almost anything for the means of creating opportunities for themselves. I think you broke up. Damn, bro. You breaking up real bad, brother. Damn. Hey, go out and come back in. It's breaking up real bad, man. Sometimes you gotta go out and come back in, man. Yeah. Yeah, smash the like button, share the video, and hit the Cash App. You know, see, Mississippi in the house. Smash the like button. Yeah, man. Some people willing to do almost anything, man. You know, some of these people, and they don't even have to know you either. They don't have to know you, man. You know, they don't have to know you at all. You can just be just another. You can be. You
I'm
can be.
back.
Gotcha, man. You can be. You can be just another black dude. They don't have.
Hmm.
And man, you know, I like Boris Watkins, man. But some of the stuff he's been saying over the past 2 years, I can't. I gotta fall back.
Why is that? What is that?
Some of the stuff. Well, first of all, he's supposed to be a finance guy, right?
Yeah.
How come he keep dipping and diving in other areas? What's up with that, man? I don't talk about finance. I talk about having money,
Hmm.
create more money, and why you should have more money for yourself. But I don't get into. I stay in my lane. I don't talk about stocks and bonds and
Hmm.
trading and real estate. I don't talk about that shit. Now I'm not saying I don't do it on my own, but I don't talk about it on here.
Yeah, but a real well-rounded person has to know more than just one thing. You
I'm
know.
not saying you shouldn't know it,
Yeah.
but I just don't talk
Mm.
about it because I
That's
know a
true.
lot.
That's true.
Because if I start talking about other things that I'm doing, I'll lose people.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. No, I understand. I understand.
And I know there's people that follow him is saying, "Hey, why are you talking about Kevin Samuels, bro? And talking about dating women?"
Mm-mm-mm.
we I show up here because I want to hear, I want to learn, I want more money making opportunities for myself,
Right.
more
Right.
financial means for myself. I ain't here to talk. If I need some dating advice, I'll go to somebody else's channel. I'll buy a book
Right.
at Barnes and Noble or something like that.
Right. Right. Right.
I'll go to Amazon. You know,
I,
I just and these
well,
pastors, they doing the same thing. They
well,
it looks
there's a
like
good reason. There's a good reason why they're upset. Pastors are upset because they're about to lose their money.
yeah, they get exposed, just like I said earlier.
Or showing that these pastors are basically keeping men out of the church. They're really
Of
keeping men
course,
out of the church.
we don't want to be
And
in there for
because
what?
no because if we get up in there, we start asking where this money is going.
Yeah,
Women do not ask.
women are
They just
most of the women. You just make them feel good about themselves. It's all good.
no, they put that money in there like it's a wishing fountain. Wishing well.
Yeah, I mean they're not gonna
No.
ask where the money at. If they're not gonna ask where the money gone if you make them feel good about themselves.
They they want men want to know when are you going to start building with the building fund?
Yeah,
Where are we with the building fund? The toilet is still broke. The doors not doorknobs is cutting off the door. Ugh, the pews are broken. I can't even get a mic to work without static.
yeah.
Come on, come
You know,
on. But you rolled in the Mercedes and you can see that.
I don't got no
And I
problem. You buy whatever you want to buy, but just do what you say you're gonna do.
but the church first.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
church first.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah.
yeah.
Mm,
You got really it's a boule crowd. Really.
right. Right.
Yeah.
Mm,
Really. It's like I mean it's kind of weak. I don't mean I
right.
don't really I have no interest in talking about another man. What the other
Mm,
man's doing, whatever. And people get upset about another man. I'm like, yo, why are you? There was a guy that left me a comment like a couple days ago. And I was like, why are you
Mhm.
upset about what another man? He said Kevin Samuels didn't graduate. He he ain't in no relationship. What else? He failed two marriages, failed. Uh, and he said something else. He said. So I said, why does that bother you? Why is that? Why are you so concerned about another man like that, bro? You gotta check yourself, or you wreck yourself. I mean, like if the
Well,
the man that failed, if I can learn something from him, so I won't make the same mistakes he
learns.
made. But why are you
Right.
upset about that? Well, that's womanly like, bro. You need to. That's I don't know about that. Some of these guys,
Well,
man, there's no
I
hope.
mean, to begin with, um, he was a deacon at the church, or something lesser than that. Ministering to people in relationships before. Anyway, and then
Okay.
also he admitted that he was simping in his two relationships. So, to some point, and he knew you shouldn't have done that. Being a human being and admitting your faults is part of making yourself better. I, you know what? That's one of the things wrong, on the other side right now. There's, as he said, there's no accountability,
No.
but there's no learning from your mistakes. Somebody pats you on the head and you don't learn from the lesson. You just, you get blessed for it. Maybe if you make that mistake again, then, you may be able to get out of it again.
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah. And see,
Um,
one thing I like about Kevin Samuels and a couple other people too, they get them damn women in line.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. I don't talk nice to women anymore like that. If you ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you. If
You
I'm
get them
nice and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna ask you, do you really want me to tell you what I think? Don't just ask me a question, and be like, are you gonna tell me what I want to hear? No, no. I'm gonna tell you want me to tell you what I think, or you just want me to make you feel better.
now most. I think we have to be honest. Most guys lie to
Hmm.
women all the time.
To get
All
the booty. I mean, come on.
yeah, and they
But
lie to women,
it,
make women. And when a guy that comes around and tells women the truth, that's radical.
Mhm.
That's yeah.
Well, it if you don't look good, then they'll come after you. If you if you're making a public spectacle and you look good, then there's a problem. But if you're a look good guy and tell them the truth on one to one, they're in love with you. They're in love with you. You're not a punk or
Well,
whatever.
some women will now they might not like what you said on that day and time, but later on,
Right.
some of them will be like, you know what? I didn't like how you said that to me, but I
Mhm.
kind of took your words and I did that, and that
Right.
worked out for me.
Right.
There's some that turn around. Some
Right.
of them you can save, but most of them, nah, nah. Most of them, it's too gone, bro. It's broken. No. Everybody can't be fixed. No,
I
you
mean,
can't get them
and
all.
let me say this. I'm not. I want to set the tone for everybody going forward here, as far as the Kevin Samuels thing, and to let it go. When I say this, is that I'm not angry, not necessarily disappointed because I already knew that it was coming. I just feel ashamed for women right now, because you didn't take the time to watch any of this. You only watched clips that formed your own opinion. You didn't really hear what he was trying to say or trying to help you. So you're only hurting yourself. And quite frankly, you're identifying the type of woman you are. So that kind
Yeah.
of benefits the guys out there that want someone. You've let them know you're not a woman of value because you're dogging him out. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna find out real hard. You know, that's all the guy's got to do is what you think about him. Why he died alone and all this other stuff. And let me get that straight too. He didn't die alone. In fact,
Yeah.
I'm sure he
Yeah.
died. I, from her story, it sounds like he died doing what he wanted to do, the way we all want to die. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
shit. I
yeah.
wasn't
He
dying no
he
car
didn't die
accident.
alone, and he
Car
died
accident.
happy.
Hell yeah.
In the process of so some of these women wish they had an ending like that.
Oh yeah, I know. They wish they had a
Some
guy.
of their men wish they at least had a good day like that. Shoot.
And you know what was crazy?
Uh,
Some of these women
uh,
online that are leaving these comments, they're married. That's what's crazy. That's what's scary. Oof. I mean, the mindset of some of these women. Could you imagine living with a woman
right,
that's willing
right.
to shit on a guy, shit on a dead man? What type of could you? I couldn't imagine living with one woman like that. If I mean, just being around a woman like that. Period. If I look, if I found out right now,
And then
any woman that
in
would walk up to me,
the middle of
maybe we got
losing
in a
their
conversation, right? Maybe we got in a conversation, and if she said anything to me that, oops, damn, I lost the brother. That internet, boy, you know, shit. But anybody that's willing to say negative shit about a dead person, oh my, you have to be a scumbag, low class, dirty, rotten, scandal. I wasn't taught that, you know. I wasn't taught that growing up. Even in the military, I wasn't taught that. But a lot of people seem to think that that's cool, man. You know. P.S. And by the way, there's a new episode on the Love Can't Wait podcast, and I'm gonna put another one up there probably Friday. There'll be a new episode up there, you know. So check it out. Yo,
yeah. I apologize.
you going out, brother? You got a phone call?
Nah, my phone was getting too hot, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
I
happens.
gotta
That
get a
happens.
new one.
Yeah, that
I
happens.
gotta get a new one. Next
Yeah,
time we'll use the laptop, I guess.
yeah.
Um,
Laptop's better, man.
yeah. Um, yeah, I just feel sorry for them. That's what it is. I feel sorry for these women
I don't feel
because
sorry. No.
you gotta, because the moment you ask them that question, a man asks them that question, I'll just pay for your food and walk away. Or I'll be like, well, it's nice talking to you though. We can be friends though.
God damn it.
And, I don't even know if I could be friends about that.
No. I couldn't be friend. I couldn't be around somebody with that mindset that's willing to shit on a dead man or a dead woman. I
No,
couldn't do it, brother. No.
that too. That
Because
too.
what if
Like,
something happened to me?
I mean, exactly. Exactly.
You
And
know?
I lived with someone like that. Remember,
Oh,
well, at the time she was like that. Now she's not like that. And I'm like,
thank God.
that's wonderful shit. Yeah. People, she learned. Why can't you learn? I know a bunch of women that have learned from him, and
Yeah,
they're getting better and they're moving on. Why
yeah, that's
can't
what
you
I'm
move
talking
on?
about. Yeah. That's what a lot of pastors don't like that. That's gonna
No,
take
no.
their little money away. And then let me
Well,
tell you the reason. Let me tell you another reason why a lot of these pastors don't like that. So now let's say you got a pastor, the average church in America, right?
right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They might every Sunday pastor might bring in let's be conservative, $2,000, right? Every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Out of that
Correct.
2,000, he take home 600, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now you got a man that's on the internet every day,
Mm-hmm.
every night.
Right.
Shit, man, he's got at least 10,000 in that motherfucker.
Right.
He's online 2-3 hours, and you're a pastor, and you be like,
Mm-hmm.
God damn, this motherfucker's doing this shit every night. I ain't making this
But
money in my church. And not only that,
let me.
not only that, not the women at his church is looking at this motherfucker.
Well, let me just say this. If you really want to be a good pastor, let me throw this at these men and women. If you really want to be a good pastor, look for the men. Minister to them too. You know, you're using women, trying to use them as a honey trap. Stop doing that. Minister to men. You know, you can minister to women, minister to men. And hey, everybody, get in here, bring more people in here. Friends in here. Let's say that. But minister these men and make it more inviting, you know, because it doesn't seem like here's the thing. You're saving me by getting men in the church. Because think about this. You got people that can fix that doorknob and will probably do it for free. There's somebody that can fix that boiler or that microphone for you. They got extra cable home. Speaker for you too. That's somebody who can hang it, you know. So why won't you try to get these guys in? You'd figure you fight to get them in there. I
Now
That's
there's
just what I think they
a
should be doing. As a
handful of guys in these churches, and most of those guys that's in the church, they're
Mhm.
broken. They're broken, and it's
Yeah,
usually older guys.
yeah.
They just
There's
pretty much
something
gave
else in
up.
the church, but never mind.
Well, yeah, we know, we
so,
know they in there. Yeah, well, yeah, we
it's too.
know them people alternative lifestyle. We know they've been in there. We know what it is. We
I
saw
mean,
them as kids.
I'm not, I, I'm not trying to knock them or be mad about it, but I'm
No,
like,
I ain't mad. I ain't mad at them.
you know, if they keeping the church the roof on the church and everything, keeping the place warm, that's fine. I'm good.
They,
I
hey,
understand that.
they make
You
the
know,
best
I'm
employees in
just
the church.
I'm just yeah, they are the best employees in the church. Amen. You can
Yeah,
always hear an amen from them, but
yeah.
you know, don't 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 let them in and then talk crap about them either at the same time. Let
Well,
them do
no, you
their
shouldn't
thing.
do that. But
No.
no, I mean, they've been in there. It's a little too late to talk shit about them. You know.
No, no.
Yeah,
It just it's every church across the
yeah,
planet.
exactly.
Is
And in white
even
churches,
in the
black
Vatican.
churches. Yeah. Well, of
Hmm.
course. God damn, now that's some other shit right there. That's a video for
Let's make
another day.
some joyful noise.
Yeah, that's next level shit right there, bro. That's God
You,
damn. And the
hey,
Pope
hey,
can't do
hey,
nothing
hey,
with
hey,
the guy's
that's
man.
the secret password.
Yeah.
That's the secret word right there. Let's make a joyful noise. That's a code
Yeah.
word.
No.
Uh,
Crazy out here, man. You know.
Yeah.
What up, Prince Diamond? It's crazy out there,
Mm-hmm.
man. You know. But man, it's just some it's just business as usual in America, man. This is why I always say, man, we don't got no friends, brother. We ain't got no friends out here. All we got is us. And everybody
You know,
that look like us ain't down with us. You know,
well,
that's just what
yeah,
it is.
that's let me ask you a question. Why are we adopting a Western mentality when we're in an Eastern situation?
That's all we know, man.
Why does you want to be an extrovert, you want to be a leader, but extroverts and leaders already have something. Introverts and people who work together in a group as a plurality need to survive in a situation to build themselves up
Most of
so that
us,
they can be.
bro, most of
Mm,
us that grew up in a inner city, we don't grow up like we weren't raised like that. If you grow up in a small town, okay.
what's it?
Like as you talking about as a group, as a collective, right? Group thing.
Right, right, right.
If you're in a small town,
Because
yeah, and I got that. But if you're in a big city,
because
nah, man,
because
you ain't gonna get that
it's the
because
whole
not.
game of I. It's a whole game of I'm in charge. No, I'm in charge. No, I'm in
Yeah,
charge. I'm like, what? Sit sit down. Both of y'all, because you want to be in charge, sit down. I don't want to hear
yeah.
this.
And then you got a
I'm
lot
like,
of
you gonna fight over being in charge or something?
and then you got a lot of misinformation out here. You got people on the television. They
Right.
use the
Right.
celebrities. They'll grab three or four celebrities. Like, look at her. What's your excuse? Or
Hmm.
look at him. He from the hood. You know, he was putting in that work. And come to find out, after 20, 30 years, he wasn't putting in no damn work. His buddies that went to jail put in the work.
Hmm.
He was just hanging around, and his
Right.
buddies funded what they were doing. So you got a lot of misinformation out here. You got people that aspire to be like somebody on television, but that ain't how they got it. So
Well,
that's the inner city
let
bullshit.
me okay. Let me let you know the DMV question from about 10 years ago, but even recent. The DMV question is that who are our leaders and who decided that they were our leaders?
The white
Who?
folks, Jesse
Because
Jackson,
did, did we have an election?
no.
Did what what institution that's for us have we had an election for? And were you invited? Were you and I invited?
Look,
Uh,
when Jesse Jackson said, "Hey, you can call us African American," there were no black people there at the table.
mhm.
None. You got these people. They prompt these puppets in position and say, "Hey, you speaking for them now?
Mhm.
You're the leader."
Right.
You know, and then they started using the celebrities like 15 years ago. They started because back when I was growing up,
Mhm.
celebrities didn't do no talking.
Mhm.
Michael
Right.
Jordan didn't start talking until like 5 years ago. Michael Jordan
Right.
didn't talk. I
Exactly.
ain't never seen Michael Jordan talk this much since I've been living.
You always thought he was deaf and mute at one
This
point,
nigga don't
other than he would
talk.
say, "What's up?"
This nigga deaf for what? He just know how to play ball, and this nigga don't say nothing. You never knew
But
where he
see,
stood until when he was doing that speech, like what, 5, 6 years ago.
right. But see, that's where Kevin Samuels was headed, of putting people together like that to form
Yeah,
something where we can put our vote together, that we can support our community and put it together. But
and you don't have to prostitute yourself to get there. You don't have
yeah,
to
it's something
sell
that you
your
can build
buddy
within
out.
yourself.
You don't have to sell your buddy out one at a time, all that bullshit. They'll call you up. Hey, we'll do a deal with you, but you got to leave your buddies behind. Yeah, that bullshit. You know,
Right. Right. Right.
that happens a lot with the
Well,
entertainers.
like I said, well, I think that goes back to etiquette once again, because we used to have etiquette for different things, from etiquette for, you know, from lemonade to who did this or who did that, potlucks or whatnot, to this, you know. Like, say for instance, how do you know that you're approaching someone with the same business acumen or the same thought? One one group's etiquette is different from one to another in our communities. That can't happen. Even one street to another street. It If you get somebody from the south and put them with somebody in the north, it'll throw you off. Now, it's a little bit better today, but
Well,
I we've
well,
just
back
got
in
to
the day,
refit. We got to
man,
refit and revamp.
back in the day,
Hmm.
people were more connected than they are today.
Right.
So it
But that's
wasn't.
what he was trying to approach on.
What I'm saying, they didn't really have to. You didn't really have to think about if the person was on the same page or we got the same moral. They didn't really have to think about that because somebody was
Right.
always there and said, "Hey, I got a buddy that y'all should meet." It's like that. You didn't really have to think about that type of shit. You know,
But
people.
shouldn't we be able to go ahead?
Now people didn't really have to think about that stuff very much.
Right. But
'Cause
everybody
people,
has their own philosophy. What do we have? What do we have? And it's written down. What do we have?
no. It's not
That's what
written
I'm
down.
saying.
No, most people know it's not. It's not nothing really written down. They just have a either a culture or
Hmm.
etiquette or code of conduct. That's all they have, you know. But it's not
So
like
in our
now.
culture, in our culture, if some it's well, there's a lot of things that were similar if something goes wrong, but aren't there some things that if it's all right in one area, it's not all right in another area? Because if I go over, let's say for instance, to California,
Oh
there's
God.
different rules. Now, yeah, there's going to be different rules. California
Well,
is its own animal. If I go to
yeah,
Oklahoma or to Detroit, there's going to be different rules for the road.
yeah,
Now, I understand that's for everybody, but
yeah. That's
how
more
can
of
you
an
treat as a business completely?
that's more of an environment type thing you talking about. That's more of
Yeah,
a hot
yeah.
environment
But
and behavior
even
type
though,
thing and
but
morals.
if I'm in a different environment, yeah, what is going to make the anchor to you to think that you should work with me or trust me in what I'm
Well,
trying to do?
let
Because
me tell you how I
I've seen people. Okay, go ahead.
let me tell you how I do. If I move, let's say I'm moving
Hmm.
to thinking about moving to a new place or visiting a new place, I try to find out much as I
Hmm.
can about how it is there and their culture or their
Hmm.
morals or their way of thinking.
Right,
That way, I have an idea. Now,
right,
this is not, of course, it's going to be slightly different from person to person, but
right.
before I even get there, I'm already thinking like that. Now, when I get there, a
Mm.
lot of this shit is you're gonna have to pick up on it. You have to pick up on,
Right. No,
what type of
I
person you
agree.
might think they are. You know what I'm saying? But even if
Right,
even if
right.
your buddy know this guy or this girl, you still you have to kind of like just because somebody they cool with him, that don't mean they're gonna be cool with you. You know what
We're
I'm
still
saying?
cool with you. Right.
Yeah. So you
But
still have to
how do I put
have a
this?
little, kind of pick them on little shit here and there. You know, That's how
but
I
a
do it.
lot of people seem to go into, I mean, just like say for instance, from into community feeling defensive. Like I can tell you go into a community and you go into it positive. Any other black community, you come into it positive. I can see that. But I think others, some others, just approach it negatively with, and I
Well,
know
that's
that
on.
may be the way they were raised, or maybe
Yeah,
that's the way they think individually, but
yeah.
it's kind of dangerous as far as trying to, you know, trying to do things with other African American communities. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, there has to be something where people can learn not to do those things, or have a rule or guide to that. We can't use
No,
somebody else's. We have to have our own.
no, no. Look, people are
No,
always
you don't
gonna.
think so?
It's always gonna be some assholes out here. They're always gonna be criminals. You can't get rid of that element. Yeah, if people gonna fuck you
Mm.
over, they're gonna try to fuck you over. If they
They're
when
gonna
they
do
got
it.
when they got out
That's
of their
true.
bed that day, when they left the house, and
Hmm.
before they met up with you, they had
Hmm.
intentions of fucking you over. Now, well, you're willing to
Yeah,
let
yeah,
them
that's
do
true.
it or not, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that you has to be taught. I don't. It's no.
And
I never read this shit in no damn book or nothing like that. This is just social
now,
skills, things you have to pick up on. You know, that's basically all you can do, especially if you live in a
but
big city.
but okay, but I've noticed it in our community too. If somebody
Man, you breaking up.
screws you,
If
I'm
somebody,
not gonna deal with them at all. And I'm like, why would you deal? Why would you deal with this person who screwed somebody else over? It it
oh,
it
because
defeats logic. You want
no,
you
no, no, I'm telling you why they do it. Because they don't think that the person will screw them over.
what's it?
They think that hey, this me. They ain't gonna do
That's
it to me. You know what I'm saying?
that
And you got to keep
that's
in
some bad
mind
logic. Yeah.
it is backwards way of thinking. And keep in mind these same people will go to another community and get screwed over too, and
Hmm.
they won't make none of it. It won't be such a big deal. And I'll be like, yo, these other groups of people
Right.
fuck each other over too, yo. It's nothing special. The
Right.
only difference between us and them is
Right.
they just don't talk about it. They kind of like
Right.
kind
Right.
of be like, hey, well, yeah, I know, he took advantage of me,
Yeah.
and they just move on. They
But
just
yeah, but then their communities don't deal with that person anymore. They'll let you can keep running your business, but I
yeah,
ain't messing with you. I
yeah,
ain't doing anything with you. And that's what they
yeah.
say.
After
But for some weird reason, they just keep rolling with it. And I'm like, why would you do that? And that's another reason why I like Kevin Samuels. It seemed like he was headed to that, you know,
yeah,
keep people from, keep them in line, keep them focused on what needed to be done and how to build each other because we've lost a lot. We've lost a lot, you know.
yeah,
As he said, we didn't
socially,
used to, our communities didn't used to be like this 40,
no,
60, 50, 60 years ago, you
no.
know. So we've got to come back up. We've got to build back up.
When the
Um,
when the when cocaine came up, hit the streets and the guns,
yeah, I was wondering if you say that. I didn't want to bring it up, but yeah,
bro, that shit. When the
people
'80s,
used to
bro,
have business.
in the '80s, bro, that shit
Hmm.
was everywhere.
Hmm.
I'm from a small town. That
Yep.
shit was everywhere, bro. Now I'm a young kid looking at this shit.
Used to
Now I'm a
have.
teenager. I'm a teenager at the time. So
Hmm.
if I saw what I
Right.
saw in my small town, country town, I can only imagine how it was in a big
Hmm.
city. In a big city, it had to have been
Well, let's put
crazy,
it
man.
this way. I One day I was in my car in downtown DC driving home, and I looked out my window, and it was nighttime, but I could see someone dancing in a window doing ballet or whatnot, practicing. It was a black community, and something else going on and something else going on. And I also, because I was like, this is the way Baltimore used to be. This is the way my
Yeah,
hometown used to be. I remember this. And now it's gutted. We
yeah,
used to
yeah.
own gas stations, grocery stores. And I was like, that's the gutting of, Black America. So it's like, where do we go, and what are we going to do? And I
Only
think
one
the
way to
one
go.
thing that Kevin Samuels, I think the one thing that Kevin Samuels did wrong is he didn't have a backup plan. Just as they say in the
He's by, he's
the
by
the
himself.
the small business, yeah, the small business resource center
Yeah.
things, you
Well, you
always
gotta.
should have a vice president or something like that.
Well, you gotta look at it.
You,
He's in Atlanta. He's
I
in
got
Atlanta.
it, but you
He's
need
in. No, you don't understand until you live down there. You in
no.
Atlanta is Atlanta is the first place
I
I ever
heard you.
been where you can't trust nobody.
Oh wow,
Yeah, I never been to a place
that's a
like that
shame.
before. I never lived in a place like that before. I can't trust nobody
I
around here.
I heard you. I heard you. I heard you say
I'm
that,
like, God damn!
and
Every time I want to make a power move, I gotta go out of town. I can't do nothing here. Everybody's fast talking about what they can do, can't do shit. I'm like,
hmm
they not even taking I want to pay people to do shit. They reneging on they canceling it. They cancel, no show. I said, I'm gonna pay you. They still don't show. So now either I gotta do it by myself or I gotta go out of town. That's where he
Well,
was living.
in Baltimore, in Maryland, we call that being crabs.
No,
Because
this is worse
you
than
ever
crap.
see a pot of steamed,
It's worse than
it's that crabs.
it's what's in the water and it's making them act like that. That's what Dick Gregory used to say.
What's in the water?
What's in the
What's
water is
going
making
on down? What's in that water?
it's a cesspool.
Is there Hennessy in it?
It's a cesspool
It's a
down there,
cesspool.
man. Yeah, man. It's like you and I can only imagine, he Kevin Samuels got way more money than me when I was living down there. So I can
hmm
imagine what he was going through. You can't trust nobody, man.
Good question. But then he could have moved to Houston or Austin like that,
Well, he said
and
he
then
was
built
moving
something
back
up
to New
from
York.
there.
He said he was going back to New York, that
Wow.
would have been a good move. That would have been a good move. Because in New
Yeah.
York,
Yeah.
New York, money talks in New York. Money don't talk
Right.
too much in
Right.
Atlanta.
And he had that.
I'm like, damn. That's why I left, bro. I'm like, I can't do no more. I've done the best I could here. I'm like, and when I leave, you know what?
Because.
They're calling now.
hmm
They say, "Oh, you seem happy. Happy. You seem happy in North Carolina." Hell yeah, I'm happier. I don't got to worry about a lot of the
Yeah.
bullshit that I used to have to worry about.
Right.
You
Right.
know. So you. It's just a tough place to live, man. Unless you're gay. More power to them. More power to them. More power to them.
My Someone I know is living down there in a big house right now.
Yeah.
Doing it up.
Hey, more
So
power to them.
I don't know.
You know, not
Yeah,
for me. I had to go.
but uh, now the next video that you do, I'm curious. I want you to throw this up here. What what are the best cities for African Americans, well, black people to live in America? Or
Well,
what is the best spot to, what
what,
is the next spot to turn into a chocolate city?
that's hard to say, man. These cities are changing now.
Yeah, that's true. That's
It's hard
true.
to say.
You know,
You know,
especially after COVID.
that's hard to
But
say. I
like,
tell you, it's hard to say. I
because
would say,
Houston's nice, but
no, I wouldn't move. I wouldn't move to Houston.
no,
I would
no,
move to Dallas before I moved to Houston.
yeah. And Austin is about to be the Silicon Valley, so well,
Yeah.
it is now.
If you're in the tech, I would go to Austin. If you're in
Hmm.
maybe you're a programmer or whatever, I'll go to Austin. Or if you just want
Ooh.
a job, if you just want a job, go to Dallas.
Hmm.
If you
Hmm.
get a decent paying job, make a decent paying salary in Dallas. You don't gotta have no education, none of that bullshit, no college degree. You'd be just fine. You can come to Charlotte.
So,
You can come to
so
Charlotte.
what about making a city in between that?
I
Or
mean, what
something
do you
like
mean?
that. There is
What do you-
something. Um, like a kind of a suburb or anything like that. I mean, they have, but
Like suburb? You talking
well,
about
well,
like
well, anyway,
kind of
I'll
like?
talk to you later.
All right, man, take it easy. There you have it. Another episode. Like, share the episode. Don't forget to check out the Love Can't Wait podcast. Hit the Cash App, all that good stuff, man. On your way out. Until next time, I'm out. Peace. Did you like that video? If you want more of that, it's right here. Boss Life Secrets on Amazon.com. And share this video.